Today, we're thinking outside the box, which means we're taking regular ingredients and we're just gonna get creative with it. We're gonna be making things like De-Lite bread pudding with a whiskey cream sauce. It's gonna be good.
Cook like a champion on this great station.
All right, welcome back, America. So I'm gonna show you guys how to make this cherry De-Lite bread pudding. I really love this recipe because I love making things that are sweet and tantalizing, but still are healthy for you. So my good friends down in Country Ovens, Cherry De-Lite here in Wisconsin, they make the best tart cherries known to man. As you know, cherries are excellent for your antioxidants, really good stuff for you. So we're gonna go ahead and get started on that. First thing you wanna start off with is some nice French bread. So down south in Louisiana, we don't use French bread. We actually use the ends of the bread. And as we're sitting up there making sandwiches, once our barrel fills up, then that's what we use to make bread pudding. But we're going bigger. We're gonna actually use French bread. Okay, so now that we have our bread slices, we're gonna go ahead and have our 3 eggs in there. I'm only using always organic eggs. They just taste a little bit better and they're really not more expensive than the regular white eggs. So always remember when you have eggs in there, whisk it up first so you're not chasing the eggs everywhere. So I'm gonna add in probably about 3/4 of a cup of light brown sugar. And then these raisins, what I actually did, I soaked them in the rum so they rehydrated, so they're back to normal. So I'm gonna add that right to it. And then I'm gonna add some of these chocolate covered cherries, complement of Country Ovens. We're gonna throw those in there. Give that a nice little mix. All right. Now we're gonna go ahead and add in our whole milk. And please use whole milk. I know you guys are out there wondering, can I use half and half? Yeah, you can, but you really want that fat content in there. Then we're gonna finish that off with a little bit of heavy whipping cream. I can smell all of the nice organic flavors from the cherries. They're all just bonding together so beautifully. So last thing we're gonna add is some of this pure cherry juice. Remember, we're trying to be healthy just a little bit. We're gonna add just a little bit of that in there. So this is actually my cherry custard. So I'm gonna soak this bread in there. So if you're thinking outside the box, what else can I use this for? Man, you can make you some French toast and make a cherry bread pudding French toast. You can do a lot of other great things with that. So I'm gonna throw that bread right into there. Then we're just gonna give that a nice little mix, because essentially all we're trying to do is have all the custard soak up all the bread. So what makes this so special is that I'm using tart Door County cherries right here from Wisconsin. Their cherries are known worldwide. And down there in Country Ovens, they're definitely known for their cherries. They also use the cherry juice to substitute to supply all the wineries that are in Door County, which if you guys have never had Door County wine, you need to come down to Wisconsin and try some out. All right, so as you see, it's already starting to soak up the bread. So while that's soaking, we're gonna go ahead and get started on our whiskey cream sauce. So the first thing we wanna add is some of this whole milk. We're gonna add that right to the skillet. And then we're gonna add some of this cream, and as you guys know, this is all locally sourced right here in Wisconsin. They also make some of the best cream in the world as well. Give that a nice little mix. So now I'm actually infused that with a little bit of this tart Door County cherry Country Oven cherry juice. Just a little bit more. There you go. I'm gonna actually add that to the bread pudding too as well. Add a little bit of sugar. Probably about a 1/3 cup of sugar. And then for my bread pudding, I'm gonna add in a little bit of nutmeg and a little bit of cinnamon. There you go. Right. So we're just gonna let this come to a boil, and that should take about a minute. We'll go ahead and mix this up a little bit more. And as you guys can see, all the liquid has absorbed in all the bread, which is exactly what we want. And we're just gonna transfer that over into a glass baking dish. I always love using glass whenever I'm baking. It just makes for such an excellent bake. I'm gonna add that right there. And that's gonna go in the oven for about 45 to 50 minutes on 350. Remember, always check it. I would say probably about 10 minutes before. Give it a little jiggle. If it still got a little shake, that means it's done. Then let it rest and finish carryover cooking. So that looks like that's almost done. The last thing that we want to go ahead and add, oh buddy, don't forget the whiskey. We're gonna add in just a little bit, just to say we put some in there. And I'm not gonna flambe this because I actually wanna taste the whiskey in this sauce. Remember on the cornstarch slurry, I'm gonna need to thicken that up. So I'm gonna make a little bit of whiskey slurry. Now that I have my whiskey slurry done, I'm gonna go ahead and pour that in there slowly. And I'm looking for the consistency of about an Alfredo sauce. You guys see how it's boiling over? Whenever that happens, pull it away from the stove or else it's gonna keep boiling over. And I have this on probably about a medium heat right there. Add in the rest of that slurry. So last thing I want to add in is just a touch of that Madagascar vanilla bean paste. Just a little bit. That was about a tablespoon. And that's going to really wake up that cream sauce. So while that's finishing, we'll go ahead and check on our bread pudding and see what it looks like in the oven. So the story behind bread pudding, it has nothing to do with pudding. I don't know why people think that sometimes. It's actually a crusted bread, soft like pudding filling. So if you ever get a recipe and they put Wonder Bread slices in that pudding, you tell them that that's wrong. They need to watch the Chef Champion show. All right, now it's time to plate it. Remember what I told you guys, presentation is everything. People eat with their eyes, not just their stomachs. So we're gonna take this little fancy cookie cutter and we're just gonna make little circles. And up, it's actually gonna let me pull it right off. So we're just gonna set that right in the middle. Just like so. Always add a little bit of garnish, a little bit of presentation. And then all we're gonna do is just take that whiskey sauce and we're just gonna smother it right over the bread pudding. OMG. I know you guys are seeing this at home. This is a real deal right here. You wanna learn how to cook a champion, you just keep watching this show. You'll get there. Remember, practice makes perfect, you guys. You're never gonna nail it all in the first time. So we're gonna finish it off and we're gonna top it with some chocolate cherry maple bites, courtesy of Country Ovens. So I want to send a special thanks to the Metro Apartments down here in downtown Green Bay, next to the beautiful Fox River. They let me use their beautiful kitchen. I think I did okay. I didn't burn up anything. There's a little something right there, but we'll clean that up later. So you guys always remember, stay positive in the kitchen. I know sometimes you don't want to cook, and I get that, but just get in there and have some fun. And always remember, you got to try, you got to cook, and one day you'll be cooking like a champion. Hopefully that's right after this episode. So get in the kitchen and start cooking, you guys. What are you waiting on? That's our show. We'll see you next time.